What's up, guys? Greg back in the garage for another video, another vlog. Today is what, Tuesday? And we are getting really close to the departure date for Helen, Georgia. It is next Friday, not this Friday coming, next Friday the 10th. So if you have, I'm dying. If you have plans on going, make sure you get your cars ready, pack your bags, hope you have a place to stay, and we will see you guys there. Definitely, Christine's gonna be there in all her greenness. What I have left to do in the car is what I noticed. Well, let me show you guys. I noticed, beyond the fact that I have to clean her again, I noticed that under here, the fender caught the wheel and pulled the fender all the way down. So I'm gonna have to get that tucked back up in there because I don't want that cutting my tires. That and a radio. I need to put a radio in here because 9 hours of driving with nothing to listen to is probably gonna drive the family insane. So let me show you guys what I picked up. A Pioneer MVH S21 BT. This was, you will never get, well, is it on here? It's not on here. Anyways, this thing was 40 bucks at Walmart. 40 bucks at Walmart. Now, this car is not going to have a big audiophile system in it, so this will do just fine as long as it has Bluetooth, which it does, and it's black and sleek looking, which it is. The only thing is, like, I wanted to hide the aftermarket radio in the glove box, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to make it the way I want to make it. So I will just replace the factory unit for now, and then after Helen, I will go into making a custom bezel that will fit the radio in the glove box. Now, with these digital multimedia receivers, since nobody's using CD anymore, you'll notice that they're like half the size of a regular radio. So if we open this with one hand and not drop it. Come on, almost, there we go. You'll see there's the radio there, and it's half the size. Like, look how small it is. That means you can stick it. Uh-oh. Do not return this product to the store. Anyways. Yeah, it's super small. That means you can fit it in small places like a glove box, maybe underneath your seat, or wherever you want to stick this thing. They're not big at all. And the one pre-out because I'm more than likely going to use an amp for now. And like I said before, I'm not sure what speakers I'm going to go with. I'm thinking of going with the JBLs all the way around. These are the ones I took out of the blue car, and then put these 4-inch Infinity Kappas in the dash for all-around good sound, or just run these Audio Q that I've had in for, I don't know, forever. I could just run those as well. Here are the other JBLs. These are the coaxials, probably for the back. So I'm not 100% sure. I have to go in the graveyard in there to pick out an amp, see which one I'm going to use. I do believe I have wire left over, and then the task of where to mount it in this trunk now that there's an air ride set up, probably on the back of the seat somewhere. Or I could just run the speaker wires to the radio and not have to worry about amp placement as of yet. A little bit of sound is going to be better than no sound. So I don't want to get too, I mean, I have time, about a week and a half to figure out the sound system, but I don't want to go too crazy on it because I'm pretty sure it's going to change here right after Helen. So you probably won't be able to see much due to the angle and the garage being open and the light and all that. But I wasn't really going to film this at all because I think almost everybody has a radio in their car by now. If not, then I mean, I don't know what you're doing. So basically, you just have to take off this piece here and these pieces, and there's 2 screws, one up here one inside here, inside the vent, and then you'll have two more, one here in the corner and then one on this side, and then you should be able to pull this whole piece out. You're gonna probably have to pull the dash bezel out a little bit to clear just past it. Once you get this whole unit out, then you won't need, it'll be easier for you to put the cage in for the new radio and have a lot more room to get to the wiring and everything behind there. Okay, so we got the screws out here and here. I didn't even have the screws up there, they were just loose. So sometimes this like snaps in as one piece. You have to like separate it. Try to separate it. There you go. It just pops separate. And then you just have to be careful when you're pulling this out. You don't want to break anything. And then out comes the factory radio if you still have it. If not, then it'll be some other radio, but I have the factory one in there. So we put that to the side. I have to look in here because, to be honest, I can't remember the last time I've had a radio and what's gonna be what. I know this is a plug for a I think a preamp. Got that in there. Gotta go through and see what I had in here. And I had a crazy system in here before. When I bought the car, I didn't have the factory harness. Somebody had cut it out. So I'm gonna have to go through and check and see what's power, what's ground. I have some wiring here. Like crazy connections. I gotta go through and check this out. It's been years. So let me go through and check and see what exactly is what, and then we'll get back to seeing how we're gonna hook the radio up. Okay, so I found ground wire, which is the brown. Red and white is the constant battery, so I'm gonna tap into those right now, make my connections to the radio harness here. I believe, hold on a second. I've always gotten these mixed up. I think yellow is constant and red is the switch source. I think it's the other way around. And then obviously black is your ground. If you're not sure, read the instructions, which I will, just to make sure, since I haven't done a radio in a long time. But anyways, I'm gonna make those connections right here. The speaker wires I'm gonna leave loose because once I run all the wires for the speakers, I'm gonna then bring them up to the front here and connect them to, I'm not sure if I'm gonna run the amp. If I do run the amp, then I'm gonna run them directly to wires off of the amp and then run the speakers directly to the back or run them to the radio. I'm not 100% sure yet because I am gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna have 6 speakers, and I'm probably not gonna want to run those off of just the radio power. It'd sound like crap. So, and also I have to put the tweeters in for the component set, which I'll probably do up here in the pods, and then yeah, man, we'll be good. Or if they have the mounting capability of inside here in front of the woofer, I'll do that instead for a much cleaner look, because I don't really want to drill any holes. All right, so after a quick refresher, yeah, yellow is your constant, red is your ignition or 12 volt switch source, black is your ground, and then everything else your speaker wire, illumination, which you're never gonna need, and your system remote, which is the blue and white, or blue always. And when you make connections in your car, if you're gonna like just cap wires and that you're not gonna use, electrical tape is fine, or a butt connector, not a butt connector, a wire twisty, I forget what those things are called. Anyways, if you're gonna do connections that are gonna be a more permanent solution, is butt connectors. Always try to use butt connectors or solder. Solder is the best way, that way they'll never break free, but a good crimp will last and be very durable. Okay, so right before I go and pick up the kid from school, I found my 12 volt switch source, the constant, and the ground. Everything, all of these other wires, I have no idea really. I don't, honestly, just don't remember. So I'll tape them up, cap them off, tuck them back in so it does not cause any grounding or sparking issues. And then I believe I still have the remote wire. That might still be the remote wire. I gotta find it in the back and then run the rest of the wiring for the speakers, get the radio in, and see if everything works. All right, so just hit the mailbox, got home, and then found a box in the mail. I'm pretty sure this is from overseas. So, oh, I know what this is. Lewis over at Project 7 Customs contacted me and said that he wanted to donate and make something for Christine, and I was like, well, sure. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it down. And he made a shift boot. So we're gonna open it up. He made the shift boot from scratch. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. To be honest with you, I'm actually surprised that this made it. Normally when I ship things international, they always complain about the boxes, but anyway, they made it. I got a zip tie here. We got a letter. Let's see what it says. Oh man, Lewis, your handwriting. Let's see. My name's Lewis and I run Project 7 Customs on the side along with a full-time job. My dream is to one day be in a position where I can work for myself full-time so I can fund my abnormal obsession with VWs. I agree. I have a Polo 6N as a daily, a Mark II Jetta Coupe, and a Mark III project that plan on fully doing the interior on. A bit of background about me. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great videos, and I hope you like the Gators. P.S. Made Christian one to match Miley and a Mark V Gator in case you convert. Any questions? Please. I don't know what that is. Please, ask, and I'd really appreciate a follow on my Facebook. So, you guys see this? Go hit up Project Customs on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, they are P7 Customs. On Facebook, it is at P7CUK. P7CUK. Lewis, I really appreciate it. Oh man, I am excited. To be honest, I forgot about him. I really did. Oh, okay. Okay. We got full suede with the elastic to go around the shifter bezel. Look at that. You guys can see that. With the red stitching. And I think that one's for the, and I want to go through and see which one's going to be for which. So he did an all black one. This is probably for the Mark V, I'd imagine. So I think the Mark V has, I don't know, I'd have to check. I'm not sure what a Mark V looks like. And then another for Christian with the teal blue. So Christian, if you see this, Lewis at Project 7 Customs made that for you. This one's mine. And then one for the Mark V. So Lewis, thank you. Big shout out to you. Everybody go to his pages, give him a follow, and hit him up for some orders, man. This is real nice stuff, man. It's like suede, real deal suede. I like it. The one I have in the car now is like some old bummy leather, so I'm gonna pull that one out and put this in. Lewis, thank you so much. And if you've never taken your radio out, it just has the two clips here, one on this side, one on the other, and then the radio just pops out. So now you'll have just your radio bezel, which I should probably clean. It's a little dusty. Clean that and then get the radio in. What I like to do is take the cage off of the aftermarket radios, get that in, make my bend so it's nice and tight, secure. Then once the wiring is plugged in, pull the radio through and lock it into place. So I have my 3 connections here. this is usually a good time to check your radio to make sure everything actually works. So we're gonna do that now. Put that, I think that's the right side. No, this is the way. That there. And faces back in. Locate the wiring. Put that. It's hard to do this with one hand. Bear with me. Get that right there. Radio is in. I should be able to. Now you're probably gonna hear the compressor kick on, but whatever. And we have juice. I always like to test it before just to see, and then kill the power. So the radio's on, and then once I pull the key out, boom, done. Good job. Cool. So everything works. And while I was looking for my remote wire, I saw red and black up here. Then I noticed when I popped the seat, I was actually looking for that blue wire back here. And I just came across another red and black wire. So I was like, let me see if continuity check, this wire's already ran to the back. So I'm gonna use that as my remote. I don't have to pull up any panels. Accept and appreciate the small victories, because I really didn't feel like pulling up any power panels or running any wires. So that's good. I have some RCAs back here, so hopefully those are up here as well. If I can do that, then I'm golden. So I'm just gonna tap into that red and black wire for my remote turn on. It's gonna be your blue. It's usually your blue and white wire. There, connect that, and that's gonna give your amp the 12 volts it needs to turn on. Radio is all connected. RCA is in, wire harness, and antenna, which I'm not even sure if this car's antenna works still. Oh well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you will need an adapter, because Volkswagens have they come with this piece. So if you're gonna do an aftermarket radio and you want to actually listen to regular radio, you're gonna need that adapter from here to there. Always when you come across stuff like this, or wire harnesses for the radio, something like this, if you have the original plugs, just keep them, because you never know when you're gonna run into a situation where you're gonna need them. All right, so real quick, I normally don't show what I put in my cars, but whatever, I don't care. Dual 400 watt 2-channel ambi quart 4.80, 80 watts per channel, and this is a ZX 300.1, which those two are more than likely sub amps, so I'll probably end up running an ambi quart. I do have a Planet Audio crossover that I'm probably not going to run unless, actually maybe I can, maybe I should. If I ever plan to run a another amp for bass, I can run one preamp in and get two out. I might actually wire that in. That's probably a good idea. This is the that wire harness I found in the front. The little plug goes to this Clarion preamp. This thing is really good. It's got its fader, volume, sub volume there, fader here. You can add a switch source, crossover here, and everything like that. So you got one in and then all your outs. So this is a good unit. I like this. I had that in the car for a while when I had the full system in here. I had two 12s and then 6.5s in the back deck, I believe, and then three 6.5s in each front door. If I can find a picture of the door panels when I was working them, I'll put them in right here. But yeah, I did those a long time. That was when I was really heavy into car audio. This car was extremely loud, and I loved it. I don't know if I'll ever go back to that level, but it's always fun to do stuff like that. I always like having loud cars for some reason. I might do some. I don't do more in the GTI, but yeah, I had issues. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tag. Anyway, we're gonna go with the MB Quart. Now the base twin to this amp here, that 15, I think it's a 1500. It died a while back. I had these amps for probably over 10 years, to be honest with you. The base amp finally cut out. It really doesn't pay to get them fixed because they're so, I mean, I wouldn't say cheap, inexpensive. I think one of these are only like $160 now, even the new version, which is a 1600 watt. So this amp is gonna literally go on the back of this seat here, or on the long side over there, and then we'll run the wires, the speaker wires to it, and the power and all that stuff. I'll probably sort out sometime during this week or on the weekend, because I actually have we have plans tonight to go over to the in-laws, and that's gonna happen in about an hour. I want to go get cleaned up and stuff, so I'm gonna end this here and this one off here. I don't think it's gonna be long enough for a vlog, so I'll just pick up tomorrow.